Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Hold on a second. So I can get my goddamn thing up. Okay, cool. All right. Hola, party peoples. Now listen, we're going to go through this real quick. Rapid fire, because Raw was okay today. It wasn't a bad show. Monday Night Raw kicked off with none other than the champion, not Seth Rollins, but Cody Rhodes. And this was an interesting one. This little conversation between champs. Now, while Cody decided to come out and address the crowd, he didn't have long to be out there because Seth Rollins came out there and basically let himself be known that he is not happy with Cody Rhodes. One has to ask, well, what is your issue with Cody? Is it that, he worked with Roman in the past? Is it that, he has been working with the Usos or doing all? No. It has nothing to do with that. Seth's biggest issue.
Shit, Baltimore times up. Who scored the touchdown?
His biggest issue is that he doesn't like the fact that Cody calls himself the quarterback. He doesn't like the fact that Cody reminds us in every interview, that he is the number one guy. And he had a question for Cody. If Cody is the QB, then what does that make him?
Oh, okay.
The answer? Baby, I said you the second string quarterback. And I would stand by that. I'm not going to change that. What's wrong? All right. I stand by that. I'm not going to change that. There's always a second string, a third string, and a fourth string. And luckily, you happen to be the second string. You don't have the big strap. You have the strap they created. And I know that sounds ugly, but that's just the reality. The title that Seth has is a very young title, still in its infancy. Whereas Cody has a title that only has changed its face. The concept of that title has never changed. It has always been the namesake of the company, of the promotion, of the business. And for you to get mad at Cody for deeming himself to be the QB, well, that sounds kind of presumptuous, doesn't it? Sounds kind of weird. It's a little weird. Why are you mad? Could it be that of the times that you two or that have met each other in that ring, you've been bested at every turn? Even when Cody was operating at 75%, you were bested at every turn. And I think that's really what sticks in your craw. That's really what hurts. Is the fact that you know deep down that if there are given circumstances in one-on-one fight, no extras, no minions, no oracle, I don't think you believe you can beat him. And so now we have this false sense of bravado that you are the one who decides how this company goes and where the industry begins. And you're the one who decides who goes where and where it goes through. But none of that matters. You're the champion of your show, true enough. But you're not the company champion.
They were broke.
No, babe. That's not you. And every time you try to convince yourself that that's the truth, the more and more you realize it every single day. When they come out there and chant for Cody, they chant for future and past champions, and they give you maybe one or two little chants. They sing your song, and then they boo you out the rafters. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. Don't mean no harm. I'm just saying.
Oh, nice.
Let me look at the comments. Donnie said, I was like, damn, B, can he roll you off first? Baby, they didn't even give him a chance to talk. Not the backup champion. Ooh. You're the point guard. Maybe. He could be a small forward. He could be a shooting guard. You know? He made sure it go in the hoop like it's supposed to. What? Not a different sport. That's good, right? In basketball, yes, a point guard is good. If I recall, Jared will correct me. The point guard is the point man. He's the one who brings the ball up the court. Yes, thank you very much. So yes, it is. In basketball, Cody would be the point guard, and you would make Seth be a shooting guard or a small forward. I don't know how those positions work in basketball. Football, I'm a little bit more understanding of the positions, but sometimes I get confused with a cornerback and a tight end and stuff. Sometimes I get confused with that. I do understand what they do, but it's not always clear who does what, especially when we start going on the defense and offense. Then that's when shit start getting confused. Okay, because I get very, very, very confused. Anyways, we're back to the sport at hand.
Hold that.
Number one, a different league. Other than Becky literally twisting anything she hears into an issue backstage while he's sitting confused and looking at the Rolex, I think the whole point of Seth staring at that Rolex, number one, is he got on national TV today. He thought that he was going to strong arm Cody Rhodes with his minion standing out there and his oracle. And then, of course, he thought he was going to be able to strong arm him by letting him know that he isn't the only QB and not the QB.
No, but 2 people on our slide is with Bruce Crew.
Gerard is on live playing 2K, so just you're gonna hear him, so just ignore that. Anyways, but the problem with that is Cody isn't wrong when he says that Seth is what he claims to be. He's one of the best, if not the best, in the business. He's at the top in terms of performance and in terms of in-ring capability. Absolutely. 1000%. But the problem comes into play when Cody asked a very good question. He asked him, if you and I meet again in this ring, which we will at Crown Jewel, are you going to compete on your own merit? The last 3 times we fought, it was one-on-one in that ring. Is that going to be the same when we compete in this new match? He didn't have an answer, which is very, very telling. Also, he made it very, very clear that the last 3 times those two men met in the ring, Cody Rhodes beat him all 3 times. The outcome was the same. Seth doesn't have a leg to stand on when it comes to this. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. It was feeling kind of sticky-icky. It was sticky-icky out there. Cody did the right thing. He bigged him up. He told him straight up, you was my shield when I went up against the bloodline. You're the reason why I was able to give my family the title that has eluded us all of our careers. You have solidified my legacy and my father's legacy. And I could never repay you for that, which is true. He did do that. But Seth is a very sensitive person, I've noticed. It don't take much to bruise his ego. The moment anything that is innocent, he feels slighted, he will immediately take it personally and turn it into a vendetta. A vendetta that he will use to destroy everything in his path. He does it every single time. It is almost like he is a machine. It's crazy. Babe, I know you're playing, but you might want to go see what he wants, babe. Tell him to hold down the fort because you got to go handle something with Pop. Yeah, Cody was.
I gotta jump off real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, Cody was out there doing the most, honey. Next week, Seth gonna get personal. I hope not. Because that's rude. Which one is Allen Iverson? That Seth, you have a phone. Look up what Allen Iverson's position was when he was playing. I think he played with the 76ers. I don't remember. I just remember liking his shoes. I don't remember. I didn't watch basketball like that. And I'd be like, I bet my part won't get cut out of my movie. Ooh. Bitch, that's crazy. That's crazy. I would slap the shit out you said some shit like that to me. No, I was saying he's number 1 guy in a different league, just not my league, boo. Ooh. Crazy, deranged. They let him walk. Yeah. You know, they had to keep that little puppy they call Brian Breaker on a leash because he was about to cry, trying to go off. Now, this match between Xavier and Penna and them was pretty interesting. But I will say this. Xavier, I don't know, like, you be trolling or whatever you be doing, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna tell you the truth, baby.
Okay.
When the New Day were heels in the beginning, that was more entertaining. You know why? Because y'all gave off the fallacy of being, of positivity, but y'all really was out there cheating and shit. That was the version of the New Day heels I was looking for. This New Day heel that we have right now, I'm sorry, y'all, and I love New Day, but it's not hitting. It don't hit the way y'all think it hit. Now, Xavier and Kofi keep coming out there and they be doing the most. It's so strange. It's so strange. But today he decided to come out there and cover himself in water, which I was like, what is going on? Are you all right? He spilled the water all over the front stage and almost caused Grayson to slip. I'm like, what is this? What are we doing? What are we looking at? Like, do I need y'all to be throwing pancakes and be talking about unicorns and booty holes? No, I don't need none of that. I mean, it was funny and I thought it was campy and it was cool, But I do need y'all to have some substance. Like, do I like the antics with the hats and everything? Yes, I think it's hilarious. Do I think your online trolling is elite, Xavier? Yes, I do. I do. But at this point, that shit is not translating over when y'all are in the ring. You are just a nuisance at bare minimum, at least to me. Do I think you're doing your job as a heel to draw heat? Yes. But I find y'all to be whiny, temperamental little brats, and I just don't. I'm not interested. I would rather watch Bronson Reed and Brian Breaker, and that says a lot because I can't stand them two burly bitches. So y'all got to do something. Y'all got to do something. And why is Grace in there? I don't know. I don't know. Like, if you're not gonna find a muscle, go find a brain. Right?
Come on, now this time I did flick up.
Like, Grayson Waller is not the one. I think I think they're just waiting for Austin Theory to come back because they never said the extent of his injury, but he's supposed to be injured. So I guess we just gotta wait till Theory comes back. I don't know.
Right.
Grayson is the mouthpiece, but y'all already do enough talking and do. What's up? How you doing? Okay. So this match ended with like a super Mexican destroyer off the second rope. Grayson Waller is the one who took it. It was pretty fucking gnarly, I'm not gonna lie. And they ended up winning the match. Now, I don't know what's happening after this, but something tells me that they most definitely are gonna attempt to ban this move even further, which is gonna low-key suck, but yeah.
The defense.
What? Why do you feel bad for Roman Reigns? What are you talking about? Let's move on to the next match. I'll get to Stephanie in a minute. In this match, what happened? What move? The Mexican Destroyer. The Mexican Destroyer. They're probably gonna attempt to ban the Mexican Destroyer, which I'm not. Whatever. All right. This match was interesting. Roxanne and Bailey was having a decent match. They seem to be going back and forth. Of course, Bailey was in her hugger persona when she asked Lyra to come out there and stand in her corner. But as the match persisted, which I predicted would happen, as the match continued on, Bailey ended up flipping to Ding Dong Hello Bailey, role model Bailey. And I was like, oh shit. So this was very, very, very interesting. Once she flipped, Bailey hit Roxanne with the rose plant. I am so sorry. My phone is going off today. Okay. Hit Roxanne with the rose plant, and that was 1, 2, 3. This was after Lyra took out Raquel and made her bust her face on the ring post. All right, cool. Lyra gets in the ring. She doesn't realize that Bailey has flipped. She ain't realized that. Lyra gets in the ring and tries to hug Bailey, and Bailey says, "Don't touch me, you stupid idiot." She goes off. Okay, she goes off, honey. Woo, child. I'm like, you can see when she be flipping. You can see it.
Yeah.
You got to pay attention, girl. You got to pay attention.
Yep. Don't want to be paying attention to the shot clock.
I don't think that Roman Reigns is legit injured. I think it might be a kayfabe injury, but if he is, he'll be fine. He'll recover. God. So that was very interesting. She basically cussed Lyra's ass out. And then she walked out the ring and kept calling her an idiot, which, I mean, there will be no Bailey slander, okay? None. I refuse. So
It didn't jump.
Anywhoosies. Stephanie got a moment to talk on the microphone, and she basically was telling everybody how she fought hard for her dream, and she finally got to the pinnacle, and she's achieved said dream, and she's very, very happy about that. She's excited about the new adventure she's about to go on as champion, and she can't wait to see who her next opponents are going to be. Now, Adam mentioned that on Friday, there is a triple threat scheduled for the WWE Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton is set to defend her title against Jade Cargill and Nia Jax. I don't know why she has to defend it against both of them, but whatever. I suspect that Tiffany Stratton will still have that championship and be heading into Crown Jewel to go up against Steph. More than likely, that will be the case. I hate how they do the promo pics this early with Roman on the cover for Crown Jewel. All right. So we got a lot more stuff that happened. So we had JD McDonough facing off against Rusev because Dominic Mysterio gave the match to Adam, and Adam booked it without JD McDonough even knowing what was going on. He booked this match against JD McDonough's wishes. McDonough went out there with Dominic Mysterio to take care of Rusev. And in the beginning, it seemed like it was a pretty even kill match. Like both men were going back and forth, and it was pretty simplistic. But that shit all shifted and changed once Rusev got the opening. As soon as he got the opening, it was click, click, boom. Match over. And JD McDonough suffered an accolade for his troubles. To which Dominic Mysterio could have went in there and cost JD McDonough the match, but at least got this man off of his homeboy's back. And he did not do that. He stood there while in the ring and watched Rusev brutalize JD McDonough. It took Finn to come in there and save his homeboy for him to actually do something about pulling JD out of the ring. The two of them are arguing over JD McDonough, and baby, it was ugly. Now, for once, I'm on Finn's side with this one. How you gonna have your homeboy set up to be in this match and then turn around and leave him to get beat up like that? Like, that's cold. That's cold. That was cold. You feel me? Now, we also saw a vignette for Los Americanos. Okay, this is the three men that have been running around in the E with the El Grande Americano mask. Now we have three members of this group, and they have a name. They are called Los Americanos. The weird thing about it is ain't nan one of them from America. Not nan. Not nan one of them. Okay. Don was dead ass wrong for booking the match and not helping him. I wouldn't help him with shit else. That shit was crazy. I've never seen anything like that before in my life.
Okay.
But anyways.
Yeah, that was my fault.
Asuka was running around backstage causing a ruckus. Now, everybody was congratulating Stephanie, and Rhea made it very clear that she was going to be the next one on the docket after Crown Jewel. Stephanie said, I look forward to it. And Asuka walked up and said, Io should be champ, and you don't deserve to be champion over Io. And Stephanie said, girl, if you want some, I'll take you on too, bitch. What's up? And she walked away. And of course, Rhea said, Oscar, your attitude is disgusting. Okay. She said, I really tried very hard to respect Io's wishes and to stay out of it, but you are getting on my nerves. And the more you keep talking, the more I'm going to rearrange that little attitude of yours. And Oscar was like, well, bitch, when you want to do it? And then Rhea said, well, girl, how about today? How about tonight, bitch? She was like, splendid. I love beating ass in the morning and at night. So, this didn't sit well with Io. Io said, Oscar, you can't fight her. There's no reason for you to fight her. Let this go. She was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting no matches canceled. I'm not doing it. Okay, if your homegirl mad, let her stay mad. But me and her finna rumble. We finna brawl. The match is set. The match is on. And you know Oscar don't back down from no fights. She went to Rhea. She said, Rhea, girl, you got caught off this match. Rhea said, Oscar, look. She said, Oscar, girl. She said, yo, girl, Oscar tripping. Okay? And maybe we gonna have to beat the respect into each other the way we and you beat the respect into each other. And she was like, you know what? Maybe. But I don't like this. And Rhea was like, listen, I need you to be real careful with your homegirl, Oscar. You cannot trust her. She was like, what you talking about? Oscar is family. Oscar is my family, girl. She was like, nah, you need to listen to me. You need to listen to me. Now, I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. I'm just telling you that your homegirl is not your homegirl. Okay? She is real disrespectful. I need you to understand me when I'm telling you this. Understand what I'm saying, babes? She's like, nah. You trying to tell me I can't trust my girl? Is that what you're telling me? She's like, nah, you're wrong. You're wrong. She's like, girl, listen. You just gotta trust what I'm saying. She was like, so I can't trust EO, but I can trust you? Huh? She was like, that's not, I didn't mean it like that. I wasn't saying it like that. I'm just telling you that your homegirl tripping. She was like, yeah, we'll see. So she gonna run it off. Okay? It's very telenovela coded. Okay? It was giving Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous with all of the myths. Okay? Now, did I miss anything? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh my God.
Okay, so the Usos are still at each other's throats. They still at odds with each other. Jay Uso seems to be very unhinged, very, very angry because he has lost his title and he hasn't really made his peace with that. And he seems to be unhinged really because he can't seem to get back into into his own groove anymore. And so they lost their match at WrestlePalooza and he blames LA Knight for this. Now LA Knight told him straight up, he was like, listen, you could blame me all day long, but you're the one who busted yourself in the forehead with a chair and got yourself bleeding, okay? And then while I was doing my job as referee, I was checking on you to make sure you was good to go and that you could wrestle, okay? Afterwards, you pushed me out the way and got speared through the table by Bronson Reed. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. That's just how the chips fall in the match. Okay. But if you keep acting like I'm going after you and attacking you, you're going to push me to hurt you. And I don't want to hurt you. Okay. So we're going to have this little match and have our differences play out in this match. And then we done. Okay, cool. The two men went out there and had their match. Jey Uso ended up winning. All for the distraction of the Vision. Okay. Now I was watching this match and I don't even remember when they came out there. So maybe I looked down a little bit too quickly on my phone to edit something and I missed it, but I didn't see them hoes come out there. So I could be wrong. But I happened to look up and the Vision was out there surrounding LA Knight. Jey Uso was leaving. And Jimmy come out there. Jimmy said, man, come on, we got to go help him. And Jay said, man, I ain't going out there. I'm not helping them. Fuck that. Okay. Jimmy went out there with a chair and the boys backed off. Now, next week, there is going to be a rematch of WrestlePalooza with the Usos. They're going to face off against the Vision again. Now, how that's going to go is totally up to them. To be honest, I don't really care, but it is what it is. Okay. Now, in the back, Jimmy had walked up to Cody and was like, hey, Jey is in his head, he tripping. He really needs, you know what I'm saying? He really needs some help. He really needs somebody to talk to him.
Oh, damn.
So Cody said, cool, I'll go talk to him. Cody went to him to talk to him. But if you paid attention, when Cody was talking to him, baby, the whole time Jay was looking at that man's belt. He wasn't paying attention to nothing he was saying. And I'm like, oh yeah, you done.
They gave me that still not even nothing. My teammate right.
I'm like, yeah, you done got that motherfucking bug, that villain bug. You know what I'm saying? You about to turn for the championship. The gold does something to people. I don't know what it is, but it does something to you. Okay? Yeah. You ain't got that big pretty bitch with you no more. So it hurt. Child, we get to the final throes of the show. Okay, we get to the show. The show is getting ready to happen. The last match is Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. Now, I was a little nervous because the last time that I recall seeing Asuka and Rhea fight, it wasn't a good match. It was definitely at a Mania, I believe. I believe it was the first Mania that they had in Florida, right when the pandemic was getting ready to subside. It was the first big show that they was able to have fans at again, if I recall.
That was ugly.
And I can't remember. I can't remember if that was the one. Somebody probably correct me in the comments. But that was the first time that I saw Asuka and Rhea fight each other, and it wasn't a good match. It's pretty bad. But Rhea Ripley has, gotten herself together as over the years, and those two had a really good match today. It was clean, it was precise. I didn't see any mismatches in this match. It seemed like everybody, both of the women really have stepped their game up, more specifically Rhea, because I've noticed that Rhea's gotten cleaner and better over the years.
Yeah.
Okay. So, woo!
4 points.
It's pretty bad. Now, I love Asuka, like for real. They came out in the last minute or so. Yeah. Okay. Yep. And like 2 more after that. Okay, so they did fight. And we're like, nah, mamas. They wasn't doing well against each other. But today, the chemistry was on point. The girls did great. I don't know. I know it has a lot to do with Rhea elevating her game, which she has done multiple times. So I'm not surprised. But that match was very good, very cohesive. Those two meshed very well in that ring. And it just goes to show that Rhea has really evolved as a wrestler. She is very, very good at matching energies now. Her ring awareness is better. Her chemistry and bonding with other superstars is better. She is very, very good. I don't want people to turn on Rhea because y'all tired of seeing her, but she's very good. Okay, she's very good. And it wasn't even a move thing. The chemistry just wasn't there. Right, but I don't know. I think once Rhea got out of her head and really rested in her comfort zone of who she is, she's been able to match with a lot of other people very well. With that being said, this match was good, but the best part about it was at the end. Asuka lost this match to Rhea, okay? And Rhea was excited because she, Kyrie tried to help her cheat, and she ended up knocking Kyrie off of the apron. This gave Rhea the distraction. She got her on the roll up, match over. Rhea wins. Okay, Asuka was pissed. Asuka said, I know this bitch didn't just roll me up. That whole misted her. She misted her everywhere. She had mist on her arms, mist on her face, on her chest, on her stomach. Rhea had mist everywhere. She looked like the dude from Big Fat Liar when that boy put blue dye in his pool. Y'all ever seen that movie? Dry said she was like a Smurf. Mm-hmm. Child, that girl was on the floor writhing. Now, she ordered Kyrie to beat her up, and Kyrie was lightly tapping that lady. She was not hitting her. She's sitting up there crying while she being ordered to beat the girl down. EO come out there, and she's advocating for protecting her. She's like, wait. Don't do this. And Asuka's like, it's okay. I understand. Yeah. And then she backhand fist that bitch right in the head. She prepared her and told Kyrie to hit her. Kyrie hits her. She then tells Kyrie to hold her, and she kicked EO dead in her shit, knocked EO ass out. She picked EO up, held her, and made Kyrie do her pirate elbow on her, child. Oh, it was so much going on. I love that movie. That's why Big Fat Liar is a good movie. I said, oh no, Kyrie, don't do it. Oh, Kyrie. Why? Oh, Paul, and now I see what's going to happen. It's going to be Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus Kyrie Sane and Asuka at Crown Jewel. Yes, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I was like, ooh. I was like, no. That's crazy. Anyways. ladies and gentlemen, that was your Monday Night Raw. Okay. Now look, we already had a match card set up for Crown Jewel. At least we got the starts of it. Okay. We have already started because the main event, damn.
Oh, nice.
They got Cody smoothed out in this video, this picture, don't he? His eyes is pretty. Oh, he has beautiful eyes. And Seth look nice too. Ooh, the Photoshop on this picture is real nice. It's strong, but it's real nice. I love that green suit he got on. Oh my God. Anyways, Crown Jewel Perth is set for October 11th. It is at 8 o'clock in the morning. I forgot they're going to Australia for Crown Jewel. It's at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's at 8 a.m.
Watch that on the playback.
Y'all, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we're on 16 now. It was enough to put us up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're on level 16 now. Mm-hmm. Look like we might have a 7-4 in the court. Seven-two. Got a 7-2 and a 7-footer on the court. Pass accuracy 96, block 93, standing up 90. Shot rate 3-level dimer. 3-point shot, mid-range shot 80. All right. They got me playing center. Yeah. Damn. Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. Who should almost knock that over? Knock that over. Jesus. Jesus Christ. Okay. Sorry. All right. Crown Jewel is on the 11th. I had to use facilities, so hold on.
Still don't know my words, still stressing perfection. Let you all in my mental, got me looking too desperate. Damn, you ain't deserve.
Okay. Crown Jewel is on Saturday, October 11th. It is at 8 a.m. It is at 8 a.m. because they're going to be in Australia. Crown Jewel is coming on at 8 a.m. Jesus. 8 a.m. is crazy. Don said, I want to say I won't be watching, but my ass will be up. You know what, Don? Same, because y'all know I don't sleep. I know Hunter is happy about how this is panning out. Well, let's talk about that, Don, since you brought it up. The ESPN's rated WrestlePalooza a C, honey. And if you follow my shorts or if you was on my Instagram, then you saw that, I mean, every match was rated either a C or a C minus or lower. And the only match that got anything higher than a C was Stephanie and Io's match, rated at a B plus. Honestly, I would have gave it an A because I thought the match was fire. Okay, but ESPN rated the show a C, and it was on their app. Okay, it was on their app. Child, 8 o'clock in the morning is crazy though. I'm just crazy enough to be up watching it because I'll be awake anyway. Oh, also I realized October 11th is Rhea's B-Day and they're going to be in Australia. That's wild. Well, good for Rhea. She gets to wrestle on her birthday. I have to agree. It should have been an A. I hope and pray that I'm not working that day because I had to last minute last year and I watched it while working, but was quiet about it. Well, it's the plight of being an adult, babe. I think it should have been an A too. It was a great match.
Oh, really fast. Oh.
So I think that not the show was trash. So they thought it was. ESPN thought it was too, babe. So this is the first match that they booked. This actually has a decent storyline to it, which is going to be very interesting how it plays out. A lot of people want Steph to win to get that ring. I mean, I don't care who wins in this match, honestly. I'm very curious as to how this is going to play out going forward because even if Seth wins, what does that prove? He still doesn't have the namesake title. He still is a secondary champion. He just has a crown jewel championship ring as well, which he probably will get. I'm not going to deny the man that. I'm just saying. All that marketing and for what? It was just that, Nicole, marketing. Mm-hmm. Speaking of work, Saturday was my 3rd anniversary of being at my FA job. Congratulations. I suspect we're supposed to be getting another match with seeing who's going to win between Tiffany, Jade, and Nia. I'm gonna lean towards what I know. I think they're gonna give that win to Tiffany Stratton. Honestly, I don't think they're gonna give it to anybody else. When they do, it'll probably be Tiffany and it's obviously gonna be Tiffany and Stephanie at Crown Jewel. And then you're probably gonna add Rhea and Io facing off against Asuka and Kyrie at Crown Jewel. And I don't know, we might get a couple more matches in there. Depending on what's happening on SmackDown and what's happening on Raw. And you know what I thought is interesting? We haven't seen Jacob in a while. I mean, a long time. Like it's been almost, hasn't it almost been a month?
Yeah.
Oh, your fuck ass job. That's crazy. It's been almost a month, right? Since we've seen Jacob. Right. So we haven't seen Jacob in a while. Mello and Miz are still together for now. And it's very interesting. We'll see what else they're going to add to this card for Crown Jewel. But I'm hoping that Crown Jewel is a better show, especially since us Americans got to get up at 8 o'clock in the fucking morning to watch it. I'm praying that it's a better show. Okay. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that was Monday Night Raw, and those were the matches that we got out of Monday Night Raw. But let me tell y'all about the PLEs that's coming up. First things first, let's talk about NXT, because tomorrow on NXT, the big match on NXT is going to be this NXT Championship versus the TNA Championship. But I have a feeling that the TNA wrestlers aren't going to let this go down that easy, and we might get a little invasion from TNA, and that might lead to a different PLE sometime soon. We don't know. They might change up a few things, but we don't know yet. We're going to wait and see. However, okay, we got that going on tomorrow. And they did add Tavion Heights and Ethan Page to the No Mercy card. That match is happening at No Mercy. No Mercy is on September 27th, which is this weekend. It's actually this Saturday. And they're going to be in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And the match card for No Mercy currently is JC Jane will defend her NXT Women's Championship against Lola Vice. You currently have this standing as is. I guess that decision will change based off of who wins tomorrow. But Obafemi is set to go up against Ricky Saints at No Mercy. And then you have Tavion Heights facing off against Ethan Page. And they just don't have the infographic up yet, but Sol Ruka will defend her Speed Championship against either Lainey Reed or Candice LeRae, and this will happen at NXT No Mercy as well. So Lainey Reed and Candice will have their match tomorrow, and we'll see who's going to win. But for now, that's the small match card leading into NXT No Mercy. Now, we also have... Damn, Jared. Okay. Just before October starts... Well, right in the midst of October, on the 12th of October, TNA's Bound for Glory is headed for Lowell, Massachusetts. And if Trick Williams is still champion, he will have to defend his title against Mike Santana. Now, of course, there's some other championship bouts booked for Bound for Glory, but that is the main card. And currently, right now, that is where it stands. They haven't booked anything else as far as I know. NXT also has a match or a pay-per-view in October. It is going to be Halloween Havoc, which they have already shopped around the infographic for it. It looks pretty damn good, if I say so myself. So I'm really excited for that. And then heading into the end of October, into the beginning of November, we have SmackDown in Salt Lake City, Utah on Friday, October 31st. And then Saturday Night Main Event is going to be on November 1st. And this is going to be your next TV special that they have for Saturday nights. Okay. Now, for November, we're going to be headed into Survivor Series San Diego for November 29th. Now, everybody was on this kick about Seth Rollins Roman Reigns, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, the Brons, and the Usos possibly being inside that chamber, along with CM Punk, I guess, possibly being inside the not elimination, but inside the War Games. You completely bypassed Crown Jewel. The whole point of I don't think that any of that is happening. Like I told you guys before, I know for a fact that Brock Lesnar is lazy and he's just not going to do it. He's simply not going to be in that style of match because he doesn't like it. So he's just not going to do it. And WWE lets him do what he wants. So it is what it is. Now, do I think that there's going to be another match at Crown Jewel? Possibly. For Brock Lesnar and John Cena, that's possible. Or they could fight at Saturday Night Main Event. It really doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to watch the match either way, but it's very possible that it could happen. Heading into the following year, after we do that last Saturday Night Main Event in DC, you're going to start the tour on January 8th for the Road to Royal Rumble. This will end in Riyadh, but the official tour is set up from January 8th to January 19th. You have 2 dates for Friday Night SmackDown and 2 dates for Monday Night Raw, and all of these will be overseas. They're going to be in Germany, Scotland. Right. They're going to be in Germany for quite a few shows. They've got a Germany show for Raw and a Germany show for SmackDown, and they have a Germany live show, which is, they got 2 Germany live shows, which is crazy. This is not it's not a spread out thing. You know, they're going to Scotland, Denmark. They're going back to England. They're going to be in England 3 times, and they're going to go to Poland. And then they'll end their tour in Ireland and head to Saudi Arabia that week after for Royal Rumble. All right. And then back in November, Full Gear for AEW will be on November 22nd, but they have another pay-per-view before that in October. Hold on. Let me make sure I get it right. Let me get it right. It's called Wrestle Dream. Wrestle Dream will be in October, and I'm not sure if that's a collab pay-per-view or what it is, but they will have a pay-per-view in October before Full Gear in November, so be on the lookout for that. And then in December, NXT always has Deadline, and that is where we get the Iron Survivor Challenge. The last couple of years, the Iron Survivor Challenge has sucked ass, so hopefully this year the Iron Survivor Challenge will be an interesting time. With all that being said, loves, Monday Night Raw was good. It was worth watching. I liked it. I hope you guys did too. And tomorrow is NXT, and we're going to sit down and enjoy NXT tomorrow. Okay? Love you guys to pieces. I hope you guys enjoyed this recap of Monday Night Raw, and we're letting you guys know about all the PLEs. Quick reminder before you go, this show is at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 a.m. Pacific, 7 a.m. CST time, okay? So if you're on Central Time, it's at 7. If you're on Eastern Time, it's at 8. And if you're on Pacific Time, it is at 5. 5 o'clock in the morning, okay? Ciao. 8 o'clock in the morning is crazy, but I will be up because I'm always up. I just am. Anywho, make sure you guys follow me on all my socials. Everything is always scrolling at the bottom. And if you want to donate to the channel to help me keep the lights on, you definitely can. The Cash App is scrolling at the bottom. You can always do a super chat if you like. The super chat is on in here and all other kinds of things. But if you want to support me for free, I need you. Okay? I need you to make sure you keep your notifications on next month for Wrestle Eats, because the segment is coming. And we're going to be talking about the Superstars cheat meals. And instead of going out and buying it on some lazy bullshit, we're going to make it. Me and the hubs together. We're going to make the pizza.
Hold down the stick to do a damn skill, dog.
I gave it away. We're going to make the cheat meals. We have 2 types of cheat meals, though. It's not just one. So the first episode, it's going to be pizza. All right? Because that is what I heard from Sheamus's channel and from articles that I read and everything that I was doing my research to find, the superstars love pizza. A lot of them are really plain, but we're going to zhuzh it up a bit. Okay. So just stay tuned for Wrestle Eats because the first episode is going to be Cheat Meals Volume 1 and it is pizza. And the next episode, I'll put a poll up and let you guess. Okay. But make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe so you'll know when Wrestle Eats goes up and it starts. And I promise you, you are going to enjoy this show. I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure it's fun and entertaining. Okay. And I will see you guys on Wednesday when we talk about NXT and who won. All right. And we'll talk about the new matches added to the NXT No Mercy card and all of the other stuff in between.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions that you want me to answer on the show for Wrestle Eats, all you have to do is go to the community tab on my YouTube page, and there is a link for you to decide what questions you want to send me. You can send me any question right there under that tab. Love you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.